You wake up, check your phone, scroll a bit, get ready, go to work or school, eat, scroll some more, sleep, repeat, and somewhere in between, you tell yourself, I'm free. I make my own choices. But what if that feeling of freedom is the most effective form of control ever invented? What if modern life isn't about keeping you chained, but about making sure you never want to leave your cage? This is not conspiracy. This is design. This is the illusion of freedom and how control is quietly, elegantly embedded into your life. Think of a prison. Now remove the bars, add Wi-Fi, soft pillows, endless entertainment, add comfort, add convenience. Now ask yourself, would you even want to leave? Control today isn't enforced by force. It's created by comfort. You're not told what to do. You're nudged, suggested, fed options. So many options that you never realize you've never actually had a real one. Like fish in a tank. You're free to swim anywhere, in a very defined space. From what you wear, to what you eat, to how you think. Modern systems of control don't restrict your behavior. They design your environment so that only certain behaviors make sense. You aren't forced, you're guided, like cattle through velvet gates. Now take a step back and look at your day. Really look. When did you make a decision entirely your own? Was it what you wore? What you ate? What content you consumed? What platform you used? How many of those were choices? And how many were habits shaped by algorithms, expectations, and convenience? Control in the modern age doesn't feel like a cage. It feels like a warm blanket. It rewards obedience with dopamine and calls it freedom. It starts in school. You sit, you raise your hand. You don't talk unless spoken to. You memorize. You don't question. You obey the bell. Sound familiar? That's not education. That's conditioning. We're trained early to operate in systems, to follow rules, to chase approval. The reward, a grade, a sticker, a gold star. Later in life, it's a paycheck, a promotion, a like. The system doesn't need to control you directly, because by the time you graduate, you've already internalized the controls. Like a dog that no longer needs a leash, it won't run because it no longer wants to. And the path continues. University, job, debt, career, commute, mortgage, retirement plan. It's a template. And every time you step off the path, people look at you like something's wrong. Because stepping off threatens the illusion. The illusion that this path was your idea. Modern society says you're free to do anything you want, as long as you consume. Freedom today is defined by what you can buy. You're told you're free to be yourself, as long as you express that self by shopping. Consumerism isn't just about economics, it's psychological. We're trained to seek identity through brands, to measure status through products, to chase happiness through purchases. You don't feel controlled because you're distracted. And distraction is the new form of dominance. There's always a new phone, a new show, a new cause, a new argument, a new update, a new reason to keep scrolling. And behind it all, a system designed not to inform you, but to keep you engaged. Because an engaged mind is a distracted one, and a distracted one is easy to predict, easy to influence, easy to monetize. You go to the store. There are 50 types of cereal, 50 brands of shampoo, thousands of products. But in the end, you're still buying cereal. Modern control doesn't limit options. It floods you with choices, so you forget to question the menu itself. You feel powerful because you picked from the list. But who made the list? Who decides what's on it? And what happens to the options you never even saw? That's the trick. You're not being forced, you're being managed. And this doesn't just apply to products, it applies to ideas. You're offered left and right, red and blue, this side or that. But both options keep you within the same structure. You're not stepping outside the matrix, you're choosing between two rooms inside it. We were told, go to school, work hard, get a job, follow the law, and you'll be okay. That was the deal. But that deal is broken. Today, working hard doesn't guarantee success. Education leaves you in debt. Law-abiding citizens are still anxious, burnt out, and exhausted. The system we're in was designed for predictability, not prosperity. And the more predictable you are, the easier you are to control. So how do you keep people from questioning the system? Easy. You entertain them. You saturate them with media, memes, music, and noise. You overload them until they stop asking questions. Modern entertainment is not neutral. It shapes thought, directs attention, consumes energy. We don't think critically. We consume passively. And in that passivity, real power is lost. Bread and circuses. But now, with better graphics. And what happens when people start to feel the emptiness? When consumption doesn't satisfy? When the promotions, the vacations, the likes don't fill the void? The system has a solution for that too. Anxiety, pills, self-help trends, lifestyle brands. Pathologize the symptoms. Market the cure. Keep the wheel turning. You get to vote every 4 years. But between elections, you're not asked. You're told. You're told what to care about. You're told who the enemy is. You're told how to feel. Yes, we have choices. But are they real? Or are they two flavors of the same system? True freedom is not the ability to pick from options someone else gives you. True freedom is the power to create your own. You were trained to be a consumer, but you can become a creator. You were trained to follow the map, but you can chart your own territory. First, see the system, name the patterns, notice the nudges, observe the cages. Second, choose differently, not rebelliously, consciously. Freedom today isn't found in protest. It's found in awareness, in questioning what's handed to you, in creating what wasn't on the list. You are not powerless, but you have been pacified. And now that you've seen the illusion, you can start to break it. Freedom is not loud. It's quiet. It's subtle. It doesn't look like rebellion. It looks like clarity. And the more clearly you see, the harder you are to control. This is Codex Futurum. And this is the future they didn't program for you. You did.